What's up, YouTube? Erod212 here with another CGC unboxing video. So I got a pretty nice haul over here. Some nice CGC books I want to share with you guys. But before we do that, please hit the like button, hit that subscription button. I appreciate everybody that's been subscribing to the channels. Welcome to all my new followers. Hit the notification button, that way you'll know when I'm putting out new content, and always leave comments. I love the input. But let's get going with this. I pre-opened the box. Let's take the invoice out of there. We'll start doing this. Yeah. All right. First book up is Uncanny X-Men number 266. Pretty nice book. And 9.2. Okay. Yeah, this book had taken a little bit of a beat, and I picked this up at a small show, and I saw that front presents good, but the back cover has some issues. I'm just wondering, looking at it a little better, if maybe this could use a little more love. Let's see what we got next. All right, next book. Young Avengers number 1. This is my 4th copy. If you saw my last video, I did pretty well with these. First Kate Bishop, this book is gonna spike. I'm loving it. If you saw, they showed her in the actual, there's photos of her in the actual Hawkeye costume. But let's see what we got here. 9.8, fantastic. Whew. I'm glad I was picking these up a while back. Next book, Star Wars Heir to the Empire. This was a Macari pickup. I got an alert and I picked up all 6 issues of this just for this book here. Now with Thrawn, this book has gotten crazy, and it is a 9.4. All right, respectable, very respectable. All new Marvel Now, 0.1. Yeah, first Kamala Khan in as Miss Marvel, and 9.4. Okay. Yeah, this had some impact to the back. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's good. That book, and that used to be a $10 book at one time. To look at the prices of that book now, it's crazy. And now they just announced, if everybody watched the Disney reveal stuff, man. I mean, they showed Kamala Khan in her costume, and that she's going to be part of the Captain Marvel movie. Wonder Woman 614. All right, so this book here was a 9.0 that I had sent in, and I felt that there were some issues that I might have missed. So I spoke to the owner. This book belongs to my man Jay Salsa, and I told him that I was going to press this book again. This was on me because I think I messed up. I didn't, give it the amount of attention needed, and we repressed it, and let's see what we got here. Aha! There we go. 9.8. That's what I'm talking about. That's what a proper press, the difference in a proper press. Whew, that's fantastic. Fantastic. Saga number 1. Picked this up at a smaller show recently. It was a 9.6. Candidate to 9.8. Let's see. Yes, 9.8. Very nice. All right, Batman 608. Second printing. Book I've been chasing for a couple of years. I finally got one for a decent price. First Damon Wayne, one of what I consider one of the most underrated DC young characters right now with a lot of potential. This is the Andy Kubert, or Adam Kubert, I believe it's Adam Kubert variant. Let's see. 9.6. Happy with that. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong book. Look at that correction. Thought that was it. This is 608 second printing. This is that iconic Jim Lee 9.6. I'm real happy with that. See? Getting ahead of myself, I guess. I know I sent that book in. NYX #3, book I pick up all the time. I believe Laura will be in the MCU and a force to reckon with. The other one I'm looking at is Wolverine, all new Wolverine #2. Because if they bring Honey Badger along, fantastic work. Let's see. 9.6. All right. Nice. Nice. Amazing Spider-Man 300. This is another IG member community. My man 50 Shades of Greg. And he won this in one of my raffles and asked me to submit it for him. So we did. And we figured about a mid-grader. And right there, 5.0. So there you go, Greg. 5.0. Let's take a look at this. Amazing Spider-Man 238. Tough book for me to get in high grade. One of the toughest books I find to press because of the tattoos and the location and the way it's set up. This book is a pricey book, especially in that 9.8 range. I don't have one. I know my man Josh Grav has one. Let me see. 9.2. All right. Anything over a 9.2, I'll take that every day. Sorry about that. One of the last Ultimate Fallout 4s I have. I think I got one more that I have to send in. I was speccing this book hard, maybe 3-4 years ago, buying them up at $20 a pop. I sold a few prematurely, but I got a few still in the collection. When Miles goes to the MCU in a live action movie, game changer. 9.6. All right. Not that 9.8. That's a tough book to get in a 9.8 for some reason. Batman Adventures Mad Love. Another nice book. Love the cover on this. 9.4. Ooh. Black Panther #2. These were books that I was finding in the $1 and $2 bins for a while. I picked them up from an LCS that's no longer around. I had 2 copies. I submitted both of these. But this is Black Panther #2, and this is the first appearance of Shuri. And, you know, a lot of expect that she will be the new Black Panther. Well, let's see what we did here. 9.8. Good money book right there. Good money book. And let's take a look at the last one. And it'll be the same book. Hopefully the same grade. That'll make a good day. Alright. Bam. Wow. Look at that. Super, super nice. First appearance of Shuri. Alright. So, those are the books. But, as we started to do with the last video, let's do this again. Let's take a look at the numbers. All right, so let's take a look at how I did. So first book I did here was Batman 608, second print, Jim Lee cover. Fantastic. Great bookend to that Superman cover also. I paid $25 for this book quite a few years ago, at least 4 years ago. They came back at 9.6, so CGC 9.6 last sold for $260. The 90-day average was $260. I believe there was only one sale. 9.6, the 12-month average was $242. 2019 average was $219, and the 2018 average was $191. And like I always say, when you factor in the pricing here and you're trying to see how much you actually spent, all moderns like this, soup to nuts, shipping to CGC and return shipping from CGC, close to $30, about $27. So if you formulate it there, it's about $52. So it did well on that. This was another one, a book I picked up at a flea market, and excuse me, not a flea market, a small show. It was a toy show, and it's a X-Men 266, 9.2. I paid $50 for this book. The last sold on this was $200, and a CGC 9.2 on this one came back $162. That's for the 90-day. The 12-month average is $146. 2019 is 124. So the book has taken a little bit of an increase, but all in all, it's doing well. You know, it's doing well. Next one up is Young Avengers #1, the first appearance of Kate Bishop, and this book has skyrocketed with all the news in the Disney Plus series. So I paid $75 for this book. I was buying this book about a year and a half ago. The last 9/8 sold for $355. The 90-day on this is $376. The 12-month average on this book is $313. So it's already increased. 2019 average is $244. The 2018 is $194. Now, 55 copies of this book have sold in the last 90 days, which is about the time frame when they started showing Haley Stanfield as Kate Bishop. And there are 1,087 9/8 in the census. So there are plenty of this books. Sometimes, though, you're going to realize, even though there are a lot of 9/8, the demand is more than what the book has. I think that's what's the issue with this book at this point. Another book that I was picking up there is this. Star Wars Heir to the Empire, first appearance of Grand Admiral Thrawn and Mara Jade. To be honest with you, I was buying this more for Mara Jade than Admiral Thrawn, and then all the announcements came forward. So I have it down as a price of $10, but the thing is, I bought the whole miniseries on Mercari for, I think it was $50, and I sold 2 through 6 for like $40. So I paid $10 for this. The last 9/4 sold for $380. The 90-day average is $213. So if you're seeing in 90 days, once all of that stuff happened on Mandalorian, this book has almost doubled. 12-month average on this was $190. It had 24 copies sold in the last 90 days, as I said, and there are only 100 at this time, 148 9/8 in the census. This will increase, but I will tell you that this is a tough book to get in a 9/8 because of the cover stock. It's a thicker cover stock, which is not as forgiving for the book when it has to be pressed. If this book has a crease or any type of color break, anything like that, forget it. You're not going to get it, and it tends to. It's the dark color, thicker stock. Next book is Saga #1, the first appearance of Alana and Marco, Great Space Odyssey. Everybody knows about this book. So I paid $215 for this at a small show. The last one sold for $405 in a 9/8. The 90-day 9/8 is $396. The 12-month is $375. 2019 it was $364. 2018 $349. This book has always been hot. I think this book was hot right out of the gate, and it just continued. There are multiple printings on this. I have not looked at to see what the second, third, and fourth printing carrying value, but it might be something to look at. There are 2,421 9/8 in the census, and I'm telling you that this book sells every single time. People love it. It would be an amazing adaptation to be seen on the silver screen or on television, but I don't know if that'll happen. It's got to be a big budget behind it. Marvel Now .1 from 2014. It's the first full, it's on the CGC label as the first full appearance of Miss Marvel, aka Kamala Khan. I paid $50 for this book. This was another book. Me and Biggies used to talk about this book all the time. Pick this book up. At one time, you get this book for $10. It was just a book that people did not consider anything to do with her. Since that CGC label, and it shows how much the influence of what's written on a label can be. This book, with all the news of Kamala Khan, has skyrocketed. So the last 9/4 sold for $121. The 90-day average on this book is $180, and the 12-month average on this book is $143.
2019, this was an $84 book. 2018, it was a $59 book. Just think about that. It went from, in 2 years, from a $59 slab and 9.4 to $180. So $130 increase. It tripled in price. A book I love right here is NYX #3, first appearance of Laura Kinney. I paid $300 for this book. It came back a 9.6, I think it was. The last sold on this was $475. The 9.6 90-day average is $503. 12-month average was $503 also. It was $496 for 493 for, I'm sorry. Yeah, $494 for the 12-month average. There's an error there. 2019, this book went for $479, and 2018 went for $500. So it's always been a modern key. It's one of the 3 or 4 keys that I say still has not reached its ceiling. It was up there with Batman Adventures at one point, and Edge of Spider-Verse, and Miles Morales have now passed this book up. They ever introduce Laura and do her properly in the MCU as an adult, all bets are off on this book. So I finally obtained a 9.8 on this. I believe I have a 9.6 also, besides the other one. So, but a book I believe in. Another book that's tough. My man Josh Graff, though, just showed, if you were watching New York Warriors, Josh Graff showed he had 2 of these in 9.8s, I believe it was. Oh, no. Yeah, I believe this was the book. Amazing Spider-Man 238, first appearance of the Hobgoblin. I paid $230 for this book. The last sold was $317. The 90-day average is $309. The 12-month average is $264. 2019, this was a $208 book. In 2018, $168 book. If you're buying this book, and you've probably heard this before, make sure you check and make sure it has the tattoos inside. Tattoos will be on the first page in the front and on the back end. Be careful also when you have this book pressed. If it's not pressed properly, it'll be an issue, and you'll see when it's not pressed properly, because the lines from that tattoo will come either to the cover or indent in the book. So a person has to know what they're doing. Tough book. I have a 9.4 on this. This one's a 9.2. I made a little bit on this. I didn't make a tremendous profit on it, but I'm happy with it because I believe this will rise. If you're watching Lords of the Law Box, there was some big spec news from Mikey Sutton that Hobgoblin, Ned Leeds, will be part of the second trilogy of Spider-Man movies when Spider-Man goes to college. He will be one of the villains. All right, next up, we have Ultimate Fallout 4. Everybody knows this book, the first appearance of Miles Morales, one of my favorites. I've been buying this book for over 5 to 6 years, just because I love the character. So I paid $150, and this is the most I paid for this book. I caught it at the end, this one at the end of the spike, just before it blew up, just before, right around when COVID started and everybody was locked indoors and everybody was doing crazy shopping. The last 9.6, which is what this came back, sold for $370. So I did well on this book. The 90-day on this book is $436. 12-month average is $373. The 2019 average is $161. But if you look at this, in 2018, it was a $118 book. So it went from a $118 book to a $400 book in 2 years. That's crazy. And I'll be honest with you, the 9.8s are about $1,000. And I'm just talking about this book here. I feel that this is the modern key of all modern keys right now. As much as Harley Quinn is to a lot of people, Miles Morales is going to be that key to a generation of children to come who grew up on Edge of Spider-Verse. If he ever, and he will, makes a debut in the Marvel Cinematic Universe live action, I think this book will grow even more. But my opinion. Batman Adventures Mad Love, a book I love. The cover, excuse that, but this cost me $60. It came back in a 9.4. 9.4 is the last sold was $76. The 90-day is $100. The 12-month average is $102 on this book. So I took a little bit of a loss on it. I break about even. 2019 is 106. 2018, 119. Early Harley Quinn in continuity, so good book to have. And my final book, I wound up with 2 copies of this. The book I did the best on probably here was Black Panther #2. I was buying this a while ago, 4 or 5 years ago when my old LCS had this. I paid $5 for 2 copies there. It's the first appearance of Shuri as the Black Panther. I paid $5 for this, as I said. The last sold was $504. The 90-day average on this book was $541. It's dropped a little bit, but still a $500 book. The 12-month average on this was $409. 2019 it was 193. In 2018 it was 258. I'm assuming that's right around where the Black Panther movies and all of that stuff is going on. So yeah, those are the numbers. Leave your comments, let me know what you guys think, and until my next video, peace.